Six.
Exactly what I'm doing.
Oh, not so bad. Ah. 1, 2, 3, 4. No good, I'm afraid.
My own.
Mine.
Oh,
5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The waterworks. I'll buy it. I can buy it, can't I?
If you've got 150 quid.
I've got more than £1,000. I like the waterworks.
My wife suffers from her waterworks.
Sidney, shut up. Give me the card and don't be personal.
Your go, Andrew.
Oh. Rent, I'm afraid, dear, rent.
Oh, Lord.
£50.
Make him pay. Make him pay.
All right, I can pay.
Oh. Don't make Andrew mortgage again.
I must have my rent.
No, listen, old boy. Let me lend you some.
Ooh. Darling, these moths.
You can't close the curtains unless you want a sauna.
Oh, what a very good idea.
Yes.
Let's have a sauna. Close them, will you?
I'll do it.
There's just a little matter of £50, dear.
I'm conscious of that. I am conscious of that.
Oh, holding your own.
Oh, yes, I'm doing very nicely, thank you. Oh, you are vile, really. Pamela, how could you marry such a disgusting man? In cold blood, too.
Cold blood? She's very hot-blooded, my Pamela.
How could I? I was drunk. The whole ceremony. I was tipsy from start to finish.
Begin as you need to go on, eh? Oh, never mind, old boy. Never mind. Negotiate alone. Negotiate alone.
Now, look, if I mortgage that, I'm going to be in a worse...
Was that your gate? I heard your gate.
No, wasn't ours.
Oh, well, if it was ours, they can call again.
Look, I think I better duck out of this game. I can't possibly win.
Oh, don't stop. I'm enjoying
Don't be
it.
such a passport, Andrew. Borrow something from Sidney.
No, I don't think so.
What are you doing?
I'll get him if it's the last thing I do.
Look, you three play without me.
Oh, play and...
Don't be such a spoil sport, Andrew.
Got him.
I think I'm going to bed.
No, it's too hot.
Well, I'm going anyway. Would you want it on or off?
Go on.
Did that chap kill himself?
A good heart. Yeah, he was a bankrupt.
Was a bankrupt? Or was going to be?
going to be.
Did anything else come up? Anything else come up? Well, I had a very interesting day. I was very badly injured by the roof of the school. It fell in. They said I might have to have both legs amputated. But this handsome doctor saved my life. He's waiting for me upstairs. Now. Would you like a cup of tea?
No. How did your day go?
John! Hello? Yes, it is. Hold on. You.
Hope you'll both be very happy. Yeah? Well, that's all right. Yeah. Where? Saunders Road? Yeah, I know it. What number? Oh. When? Is he dead? All right, I'll be right there.
Evening, Governor.
Who's the DI?
Humphreys. Through there.
Evening, sir.
Evening.
Where is it? Over here.
God, it's hot in here.
Search has been.
Name?
Sidney Preece. Took it straight in the face.
Which there's little left.
Lives here?
Yeah, next door.
All right, what happened?
We're looking for a male, about 18, long, straggly black hair.
I know who we're looking for. I caught the shout on the car radio. What happened?
Well, they were sitting here playing this game, about 9:30.
Who was sitting?
The Greshams and the Preeces. The Greshams live here, the Preeces next door.
Sitting here.
That's right, sir. The door opened and this face fires a gun at Priest sitting there.
That's the gun. Hmm?
Yes, he threw it there before he scarpered.
It's Gresham's gun. Our laddie found it on top of the wardrobe. He turned the bedroom over, found it, loaded it, one cartridge, came down, emptied it in Priest's face.
All right, what have you done so far?
I've got 5 men searching the gardens either
He
side.
ran out of the back door. Gresham followed after about a minute. He didn't see anybody.
God, let's have some air in here. I'm suffocating. Yeah. Well, go on.
3 PCs calling on those houses there. There are 7 cars in the area now.
All looking for straggling.
That's right.
Where did he get out?
Yeah, that door over there. Back door.
How did he get in?
I suppose the same door.
You checked the handle for damps?
Sorry, no good. Just a mess.
What about out here? Any footprints?
Not yet. We're still waiting for lamps.
You got men tramping all over the gardens. Come on, Mr. Humphreys, wake up. All right, let's get them started in here.
All right, come in, lads.
Right, all the usual angles, wide shot from the door. You know what I want. As soon as he's finished, mortuary.
Yes, sir.
Right, Bob, get that gun to fingerprints first, then to ballistics, now forensic. Mark all the pellet marks in the wall there. As soon as they've finished, close-up of it. Right, I want the whole room covered every inch.
Yeah, the Greshams and Mrs. Preece are through there if you want to see them now.
Not yet, I want to see the bedroom. Monopoly.
What's got up his shirt?
Why don't you ask him?
Come on, Alan.
So?
Comfy. Can I open this window?
Yes, sir, it's clean. He definitely didn't come in that way. As a matter of fact, none of the windows have been tampered with.
How'd you get on with the old man today?
Well, the commander?
Yeah.
Oh, well, all is forgiven. It's a long time since I was a naughty boy.
When do you get your pips back?
Oh, I don't know. When somebody dies, retires, get the push. I've been promised a selection board soon, whatever that means.
I think he crept in when they were playing that game after dinner. He crept up the stairs. Then I imagine he made a
Don't
beeline.
have to imagine anything. All right, what's missing?
Well, I've had the Greshams up to check. Nothing's gone.
Except one of those.
Here.
Oh, there's some silver cufflinks, sir, and several bits of silver, as a matter of fact.
I can see that. Where was the gun?
Yeah, up there. Dabs have been. Haven't taken any photographs yet.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah?
There are two suspects at Herners Police Station. The units picked them up. One from Hertford Road, just about 5 streets up. Another from a cafe in Hertford High Road.
All right, we'll keep them fresh. Get the photographer up here as soon as he's finished downstairs. I want every inch of this room blown up, including the top of this.
Gresham kept the gun wrapped up.
In that paper?
Yeah.
All right, leave it there till we've got the pictures, then get it to the labs. Yes?
3 officers back from the gardens. Nothing to report. What should they do now?
Do you have a license for it?
Oh, yes. He used it for... That's right, I knew I was right. Grouse shooting.
Grouse shooting in Herners.
That's what I said. He said it was for a package tour to some laird's estate in Scotland.
Give me that description again.
Young man, long, dark, straggly hair, very thin, wearing jeans, dark jacket, and about 5'8".
Oh.
Yeah.
Tell that photographer I want the pictures on my desk by 3 o'clock, all right? He's not to miss a corner, including the top of that.
Right, sir. I'll tell him.
Thank God for that, it's the lamps. Got a hell of a big. These are the men that have been looking at the garden, sir.
All right, this road here, Sanders Road. Knock 'em all up.
Well, we've got men on Longridge Avenue. That's the road that backs onto this. Nobody's seen anything.
The Gresham sure he went out the back?
Well, they heard the back door close.
Well, they could be wrong. So, ask along here.
Right.
Oh, the one opposite, number 25. I'll do that myself. Right, let's get on with that. I'll see them now.
All 3 of them?
Yeah.
This is Chief Superintendent Kingdom. How do you do?
Good evening, sir.
My wife,
Mrs. Gresham.
Mrs. Preece.
Oh, I'm very sorry, Mrs. Preece. I'll try not to keep you too long. I realize it must have been a dreadful shock for you. For all of you. And I'm sorry I have to talk to you in here.
My wife is going to stay next door. She's going to look after Mrs. Preece for a few days.
Andrew, you come too. You can't stay in this house.
I've got to work. I must have a base. Supposing the phone goes, a client.
Oh,
I've got
blast
to-
the clients, Andrew. How can you possibly stay here after
I'm
this?
afraid nobody will be staying in this house tonight. We'll be here for a couple of days at least, possibly longer.
You mean I can't stay in my own house?
Well, we do have a lot of work to do, sir. Now, everything that can be done to find this man is being done. We're fixing up lights out the back there to look for footprints in case he got over the fence. We've already hauled in a couple of men for questioning, and later on I'd like you to attend an identification parade. I'm afraid I have to ask you all to come down to the police station and put you to the bother of having your fingerprints taken. There are so many around here that we'll have to be able to separate yours. And I'd like a written statement from each of you while you're there.
Yes, well, we'll do anything, of course.
Good. Right. Now then, Mr. Gresham, would you start from the beginning? You asked Mr. and Mrs. Preece into dinner.
My wife fixed it up. They came in at 7.
20 past.
We were late.
Sidney and Mr. Preece and I drank whiskey in here. My wife and Mrs. Preece spent most of the time in the kitchen preparing the meal.
What time did you start to eat?
About 10 to 8.
Did you have the windows open?
Yes?
And the curtains?
Yes.
You didn't notice anybody hanging around outside?
No.
Why did you draw the curtains later on, sir?
It was the moths, wasn't it?
We had every variety of moth in here.
But the windows were open during dinner.
Yes, while it was light.
And after dinner, you cleared the table, Mrs. Gresham?
Yes, Pam and I did that together.
And when it got dark, you drew the curtains, eh?
Yes. No, Mr. Preece did that.
I see. Was that after you started to play?
Yes.
When did you play? Immediately after dinner?
Yes, we suggested it to the ladies. They came in, we poured some drinks and started to play.
Did you have the television on? Record player, radio?
No, we didn't.
No sound of anyone coming in while you were playing?
No recollection of anything?
No.
When did anybody last go up to the bedroom?
Oh. Well, Pam and I went upstairs after dinner. So did Sidney. But I didn't go into the bedroom. You didn't either, did you, Pam?
And you didn't, sir?
No.
Well, carry on, please. Just take your time.
Well, at about 10 o'clock... well, the door flew open. He just stood there.
Where?
There, by the door.
Sergeant Bates, would you stand in the doorway, please? Good. There?
Yes, there. A little farther in. Yes, there.
Are you sure? You're sure that was the exact spot?
Yes, I'm quite sure.
And where were you sitting, sir?
The chair there, the one nearest the door.
Mrs. Preece. You were sitting where?
I was there.
And Mrs. Gresham?
I was the other side.
And Mr. Preece was facing the door. Now, the man stood there holding your gun.
Yes.
So what did you do?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, you turned round.
Oh, yes.
He said nothing?
Right, only just turned round and he let fly. Well, the blast was incredible. I went sideways.
At first I thought that my husband... Then I looked and I saw it was Sidney.
Right, then what did the man do then?
Well, he just threw the gun down and ran out. I went over to Sidney. It was very... You know, we were speechless. I suppose we hesitated just that moment or so, and then I ran out of the back door.
Through the kitchen, that is?
Yes, I went down as far as the back fence and looked over.
Did you hear him leave by the back door?
Yes, we had the door shut. Well, open and then shut.
And did you go up to the bedroom?
Only after I telephoned the police.
I see. Look, I think that's all. If you like to go with Sergeant Ward, we'll prepare a statement based on what you've just told me, and you can all sign it.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I've got some very important telephone calls to make.
You can do that from the station, sir.
Dangerous game, Monopoly, sir.
John. Oh, John. Ice-cold coffee.
That's all I wanted.
What an unbelievable coincidence this is.
Oh, I don't know. I get around London quite a bit. Bound to happen sooner or later.
Yes, but the same road, the house opposite. Let me have a good look at you. You've gone all grey. Distinguished.
What I keep telling myself. Well, go on. Say it. You haven't changed.
But you haven't.
You're a miracle. Just the same. Just as I remembered.
So much has happened. I married Philip. And you're married?
Yes, her name's Angela.
Philip died 3 years ago.
I'm sorry.
And then Mummy and Daddy, which is why we have this great big house all to ourselves.
Ourselves?
My two girls, Sabby and Pauline. Pauline was my mother's name, remember?
Yeah. Still teaching?
Mm-hmm. What does Angela do?
Teaches.
Snap. I am a headmistress now, Tom.
Bully for you. I'm a chief superintendent.
Bully for you. Any children?
No. Lovely kids.
Oh, dear.
Look, I can't stay. You know somebody's been killed.
Yes, Mr. Gresham, is it?
No, chap next door, Preece.
But you're all over at the Gresham's place.
They were having dinner together.
Well, Gresham didn't kill him.
No, no. Some monkey broke in, grabbed his gun, shot him, no apparent reason. You didn't see anything, did you?
What time?
Oh, 10-ish.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did see something.
What was that?
Well, somebody called at the Greshams. At least he didn't exactly. I thought it was rather strange. He walked up to the house, stopped, had a good look, hesitated, then went through the gate up to the front door. He didn't knock. He sort of thought better of it. He bent forward, had a good look through the window. Then he came back and walked away.
And what time was that?
Well, it must have been about 10, because I just switched the television on for the news.
What did he look like?
Oh, medium height, middle-aged. Bit of a bald patch, I think.
Now, this is important.
Well, if it means I'm not going to have to wait another 15 years before I see you again, I think it is very important.
That's it, then. Nothing else.
You mean he killed Mr. Preece?
No. Now, look, Paddy, I'll send an artist round to draw an impression from your description and an officer to take down a statement from you.
Can't you come yourself?
I'm afraid not. I've got too much to do. Oh, and you'll have to go to Scotland Yard to photo albums and have a look at some pictures.
This is the strangest night of my life.
Mine, too.
It's an awful thing to happen.
Yeah. Isn't it? I'll see you. I'll let myself out. Right, suspect A, the Gresham's intruder, the man who actually killed Preece, entered the house by the kitchen door sometime between 9:30 and 10:15. Suspect B, the caller, Mrs. Cordell, saw at the front of the house, arrived at about 10. Now, if they're connected, it's likely that suspect A entered the house as a direct result of suspect B's surveillance. That's if there were two of them.
Well, there's more evidence than that, sir, if you don't mind me saying so. Suspect A couldn't have entered the house until Mr. Preece drew the curtains, which was about 10. He would have been spotted.
Yeah, that's right, thank you. Now, when suspect A entered the house, he could have been in no doubt that it was occupied. He couldn't have been unaware of the game in progress here. So he comes in the kitchen door, through the hall, up the stairs, and into the bedroom above the garage. When he finds there's nothing there for him, he takes the gun, loads it with one cartridge, comes down the stairs, opens the door, and shoots Preece. In other words, he went berserk. Odd behaviour, unless, of course, he knew Preece.
And had a grudge against him.
Precisely. So, there's two lines of investigation. Sergeant Bolter, known offenders, break-in merchants, psychiatrist reports, and Sergeant Ives, all Preece's contacts, commercial travellers, friends, acquaintances, clients, everybody, right? Now then. So far, no prints. Top of the wardrobe, disturbed dust, just a mess. Dressing table, the drawers in the bedroom, just the Gresham's dabs. You can't remember if he was wearing gloves. Two men pulled in for questioning. Neither of them identified. Both released. The Greshams and Mrs. Preece were taken to photo albums showing at least 20 likely pictures. Nothing.
What about ballistics, sir?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, that report's not in yet, no. But I'm interested in the spread of shot. There should have been more pellets in the wall behind Preece's head. If the intruder had been standing where they claimed he was, there might be a discrepancy there.
There were no footprints, sir. No evidence of any sort in the garden.
No, that's right, nothing. All right, theories, anybody? Theories?
Oh, we're looking for two men, sir.
Right.
Is it, possible, sir, that there wasn't a suspect A?
What do you mean?
Well, you say there's a discrepancy. There are no dabs, there are no footprints. No one, back or front, saw Gresham's intruder. Only the caller at the front, and it's not him. Cock and bull.
Rubbish.
All right.
You mean they invented it?
Withdraw.
We are not here to fantasize. We've been given two suspects. Two men. Him and him. Now find them. Somebody must have seen that one coming along this road. I mean, he passed along the road, he came between two houses, climbed over a fence. I mean, he must have passed 20 houses. Come through somebody's gate.
Without disturbing a rose bush or leaving a footprint.
Well, he did make a mess of those beds.
There was nothing on the gun. Nothing on the cartridge
Look,
box.
Sergeant Ward,
The intruder came out of the kitchen door when the gun went off. 5 or 6 people looked out of their window over those rear gardens towards the Greshams as soon as they heard it. They saw no one running. But they saw Gresham. And if you want a discrepancy, what about the evidence of Mrs. Harrison that she saw... Mrs. Harrison of the house at the back, that she saw Gresham come out of the house 7 or 8 minutes after the gun was fired? Now, what about that? And the time of Gresham's 999 call, a full 12 minutes after the estimated time of the shot. What about those discrepancies? It's not only suspects A and suspects B we're looking for. What about suspects C, D, and E? I'm talking about Gresham, his wife, and Mrs. Preece. What about one of them?
Aren't you coming up?
Oh, sorry, I didn't want to wake you. I came back for a quick nap. I didn't want to wake you.
I've been awake ever since you left. What have you been doing?
I did something tonight I've never done before. Let Ward make a fool of me.
Oh, did you?
Deliberately. I knew he was doing it. I'd let him. Must be cracking up.
Well, what happened?
I saw myself in 5 years' time behind that desk. Saw myself pensioned off. Saw Chief Superintendent Alan Ward.
Oh, what rubbish.
It's not rubbish! Now, what is it? Getting at me all the time. I mean, what's it all about?
Can't you see?
No, I can't. I come home, you look like death. Can't get through to you. I mean, what the hell's wrong with you?
Me? Me, John? Have you seen yourself? You come home, you sit down, you write your reports, you go to sleep on the sofa. You don't talk to me.
Well, just the same. At least I tried to talk.
You what? Look at you tonight.
I was tired.
Oh, you're always tired.
Look, do you know what I do all day?
But do you know what I do?
Oh, for God's sake, it's useless.
One of these days, I'm going to tell you what I really think.
All right, you do that. Maybe I'll tell you.
Just remember, it was I who came down. It was I that tried.
Any news of A or B yet?
Afraid not, sir.
Is the ballistics report in?
No, sir, not yet.
Ah. Let me talk to Ward, will you?
Ward?
Hello, Ward here.
Alan, how are you feeling? Tired?
Can I go home now?
I like your theory.
What? About there being no suspect, eh?
I'm warming to it.
Well, it was only a suggestion.
No, I like it. Meet me at the Greshams at 6 o'clock and have C, D and E there, will you?
Well, I suppose I asked for this.
Look, Alan, when the Greshams and Mrs. Preece made their statements tonight, they all used the word straggly. Do you notice that?
No.
That wasn't the only thing that tallied either. All their descriptions of the intruder were exactly the same, just the odd word or two out of step. Well, 3 people see the same thing. But they're 3 different people. I mean, all witnesses vary in some respects. They see something else, or think they've seen something else, from 3 different angles. Nothing looks the same. So, I'm sorry to keep worrying you.
It's all right.
Thank you for your statements. I'm afraid I've put you all through the hoop a bit, but it's necessary.
We understand that. The strain, of course, is all on Mrs. Preece. She's had the biggest shock of all.
Of course, I'm sorry. Mrs. Preece, please sit down. There we are. Mrs. Gresham. Good. Now, there are just 1 or 2 points I want to clear up. Mrs. Preece, could you describe this man's hair again?
Well, it was...
It was straggly.
I'd like Mrs. Preece's description, sir, if you don't mind.
I did describe it to the police artist.
Again, please.
It was long and black. Straggly.
Yes, that's right.
What about hands? You say you didn't see hands at all. Well, one of you must have seen hands.
Well, I told you, Sergeant, it was all over so quickly.
I suppose the fact that you didn't notice his hands could have meant he was wearing gloves, couldn't it?
Yes?
You were on his trigger side, Mrs. Preece. If anyone was going to see hands, it would have been you.
Well, I didn't...
But as he came through the door, he would have moved his hand from the doorknob to the trigger.
Look, I don't know about that. All I know is I looked up and he was standing there.
Mr. Gresham, how long had you known Sidney Preece?
About 4 years, since he came to live next door.
And he worked for Consolidated Airflow as well, yeah?
Yes, I got him the job.
As a salesman?
As a London district operative, yes.
And you were a London area manager?
Yes, I was. But I told you all this at the police station.
Now, you yourself are a district operative.
Yes, that's right.
Downgraded?
No, not at all. It's not a grade. Selling is not downgrading.
Nevertheless, it must have involved a considerable drop in income.
Oh, I wouldn't say considerable.
Your expenses are just the same. I mean, this house, for instance. Buying it on a mortgage?
I don't see what
And
this
all
has
this
got to do with...
stuff. Is it paid for or on the hire purchase?
If you don't mind me saying so, I think that's a very offensive question.
No, I don't mind your saying so. Perhaps you'd like to answer it.
I'm sure I don't have to.
No. You don't have to answer any of my questions.
No, of course, but I'm only trying to be cooperative. So what's the purpose of these particular questions?
Just to establish your background and Mr. Preece's background and your wife's...
Why my background? What on earth has that got to do with Sidney's death?
Mrs. Gresham, are you sure the gun was fired from here? Are you sure it wasn't fired from here?
Don't. Now, don't answer that question. I see what he's getting at now. Don't answer anything he asks you. Betty, don't say a word. Pamela, don't answer him. I'm going to call my solicitor.
What's wrong?
He thinks we're lying. That's what you think, isn't it?
Lying?
Now, you listen to me. We spent 2.5 hours at that police station. We attended 2 identification parades. We gave you our fingerprints. We made yet further statements. I answered a lot of questions that were none of your damn business anyway. And after all that cooperation, you're accusing us of lying. Well, once and for all. He stood there. My wife saw him. Mrs. Preece saw him. And I saw him. Thank you very much. I'm perfectly capable of answering my own telephone. It's probably Brown. That's my son, if you want to know who Brown is.
I'm sorry, Mr. Gresham. We're taking all calls into this house. Mrs. Gresham, are you quite sure whoever it was didn't come in this door, take 1, 2, 3 paces up to the table and fire the gun from here?
I'm not saying anything. His husband is phoning our solicitor.
It's for you, sir. I mean, asking me if I owned everything or was I paying it off, damn cheek.
Mrs. Preece, have you ever fired a shotgun?
Good God! I've told you, we are not answering any more questions.
Have you, Mrs. Preece?
Oh, this is scandalous on top of everything else. Don't you answer him.
Alan.
Excuse me, please.
They've picked up A and B. Father and son.
Really?
That's all you've got to say. Really? Yes, go on.
They're with me now, sir. Not talking. 2 stuffed dummies.
Sergeant Ward, my clients have now been held for questioning all morning. And whenever I ask to see Superintendent Kingdom, you vaguely say he isn't here. Mr. Gresham has to attend to important business.
Mr. Ass, but I really can't help you. Mr. Kingdom isn't here.
Well, where is he?
The last time I spoke to him, he was at Mr. Gresham's house.
Sergeant, are my clients being held for questioning?
I don't mind you describing it like that. Mr. Kingdom will give you the official answer.
Are they being held, Sergeant?
Well, we would like them to cooperate. If they don't want to, all right.
Yes, but you
the
must
answer's yes.
Oh, it's outrageous.
Well, at least we have an answer.
It was you outside number 18 last night, George. That lady identified you. She saw you there. She lives in the house opposite.
I was nowhere near.
Now, come on, George. What's the game, eh?
Come on.
If you'd kindly come with me, Mr. Gresham. The inspector will take you outside. There's a line of men there. He'll ask you to walk along it and indicate if one of them was the man who shot Mrs. Preece last night. Then Mrs. Gresham and Mrs. Preece, if you kindly do the same, one at a time.
All right.
You ready, sir?
Yes.
Don't you start on that. Gordon didn't do that.
You were outside that house last night. You sent him in the back.
No, I never.
You were casing number 18 to screw it. You sent Gordon in the back door.
No, I never. We never done that house.
You were outside number 18.
Gordon was in the car round the corner. I went back. The family was at home, wasn't it? How could we screw that one?
If Gordon's identified, it'll be a murder charge.
I can prove it. I can prove where we was. We was doing 2 lockups in Purley. I've got the gear. I can prove it.
A nice cup of tea for Sergeant Kingdom. Oh, look at that. I haven't played that for years.
Oh, I fancied again. Tell me, did you ever see Mr. Preece visiting Mrs. Gresham while her husband was at work?
I never snoop, John. You've picked on the wrong person.
Or Mrs. Gresham visiting Preece?
Look, I have identified this man for you. That's all I can do. I've never really spoken to them.
Then you're unique. Everybody else along here seems to know. They never stop talking. I've had my fill of them all this morning. Bank managers, accountants, brokers.
Headmistresses.
Sell their own grandmothers to the rag and bone man. I live in a street just like this. Full of men who scrub their cars every Sunday. Who fight like tigers to keep up a front. Who are pushing 50 and face oblivion. They look around one day. They realize it's a false front. Young men all around them waiting to jump into their places. Desk job, retirement, pension. What's it all been for?
Well, go on.
And one day they throw themselves under a train, or they see a chance of paradise. They cut out, take the trip.
That can be as bad as jumping under a train.
It's a new life. Sometimes it works for them.
Aren't you very glad you're not like that? Aren't you glad you're level-headed and not the sort of person to make spontaneous, irresponsible decisions that might wreck your life? Or other people's?
Paddy.
You were always cool-headed and practical. That's why you left me, and I was very grateful. After a time. I wouldn't have missed 1 minute of what followed, and I have you to thank for that. You'd be the very first to say you can't go back. You'd be the first to see how thin that paradise really is.
I spent the whole morning chatting up the neighbours.
Mrs. Cordell identified George Summers. It was him outside the house.
Yes, I know. I've seen Mrs. Cordell. She told me.
Summers said it was him, but that he went straight on to Purley and pulled a couple of jobs there with his son.
Been on to Kenley CID?
Yes, they said there was a couple of break-ins that looked like clearing George, if not his son. They were performed before 10:30.
The Summers' son has been cleared by the Greshams and Mrs. Preece. They failed to identify anyone.
Gresham's bank manager was very helpful.
What's this, sir?
Never played Monopoly. I thought we'd have a game. Get them in, will you?
Including his ass?
If he wants to come in. Yes, let him.
Would you come in, please, Mr. Gresham, Mrs. Gresham, Mrs. Preece? Would you like to come to Mr. Ass?
I'm sorry to keep you waiting. This shouldn't take too long. I'd like you to take the same relative positions you were in last night when it happened.
Why?
Just to reconstruct the situation. I'm not quite clear.
Well, we couldn't have been more explicit about it. There's nothing more to tell you.
We might all be surprised at how much more there is. Sit down, please. Right. So, this is the game as it was played. It had reached this stage last night when your man burst in. Mr. Preece had hotels on Pall Mall, Whitehall and Northumberland Avenue. Is that right?
This is ridiculous.
Not ridiculous. And you'd all had a bit to drink.
No, not much.
Well, merry. Eh? Now, let's see. What did you have? A couple of stations, Piccadilly, Mayfair, Marlborough Street, and Mr. Gresham.
Honestly, what bearing
Wasn't
can
too
this
hot for you,
have?
was it? You'd been mortgaging. 4 of them mortgaged. Did you know Sidney Preece was seeing your wife almost every day while you were out?
As a matter of fact, I did. And for your information, Superintendent, we are going...
For your information, Mr. Gresham, you are not. None of you. I'm holding you here for further questioning till I'm happy. Very well. You may have known about your wife and Mr. Preece, but maybe what you don't know, Mrs. Gresham, is that 3 weeks ago, your husband spent the weekend at a hotel with Mrs. Preece.
Superintendent, have you got evidence?
Yes, I have. I've been to Mr. Gresham's bank.
But they have no right to demand...
Oh, yes, it's a murder case. And among other things, I obtained information which led to the Cumbria Hotel in Wells, Somerset. The local police visited the hotel. They have a full description of the woman you were with. It was Mrs. Preece, wasn't it?
She found out about Sidney and my wife, so we went away. I was only trying to console her because
I
she
see.
was
Who was the last to throw the dice?
Nothing happened between Sidney and myself. You do know that, don't you?
He was consoling you, Mrs. Gresham.
Who was the last to throw the dice?
Oh, it was me.
A 4 and a 2. Now, which was your token?
I don't know. Oh, the top hat.
Top hat. Right, we'll move it back. So, 6 took you from super tax, pay £100. To income tax, pay £200. And you passed go without collecting your 200.
What sort of questions are these, Mr. Kingdom?
What happened then, eh? Who said what? To whom? Mr. Gresham?
I don't know what you're talking
Is there a
about.
blazing row?
Oh, this is
everything
absolutely
you kept
ridiculous.
bottled up for years.
Mr. Rash, for
Sidney
goodness
Preece
sake.
stood guarantor for you at the bank for £2,000, didn't he? I don't mean this bank. I mean your real bank. You were £8,000 overdrawn, Mr. Gresham. How much money did Sidney Preece lend you?
I do not wish to discuss my private affairs with you. Well, we do, Mr. Gresham. We wish to discuss it.
This pompous, self-opinionated, jumped-up young man whom you'd introduced to your firm. Not only did you owe him money, but he'd become the confidant of your wife, was seeing her almost every day while you were out.
Nothing happened between Sidney and myself.
Oh, I dare say it didn't. He was all chat, wasn't he? And I dare say nothing happened at that hotel either. Everybody was far too busy consoling everybody else. But what interests me, Mr. Gresham, is that last throw of yours. Now, it was only a game, but you were mortgaged up to the hilt. You'd had a considerable amount to drink. Did you ask Sidney Preece to lend you money to get you out of a jam? After all, he was sitting there with 20,000 paper pounds, and you had nothing. Or did you ask him to lend you the money? Was that the final straw, Mr. Gresham? In front of both these women? This ingrate who openly boasted up and down Sanders Road that he earned twice as much money as you did. Hey, was this little game the point at which you snapped? Was there a quarrel? Did your brain burst? Did you go upstairs, load the gun?
Come down again. Fire it. Point-blank range.
And then sit down and make up your little story about the intruder. Even you, Mrs. Preece. It was your husband. But you joined in the conspiracy to shield his murderer. Why? Why did you do it? All right, so then you concocted your story, which took 9 minutes, at the end of which time you ran into the garden to make it look good. Then you came back and dialed for the police.
And did you, Mrs. Gresham, go up to the bedroom and disturb everything to make it look like an attempted robbery?
All right. Let's go right from the top again, shall we? New statements. Starting with you, Mr. Gresham. If the ladies will go with Sergeant Ward. Mr. Humphreys.
Andrew.
You see, what lets down people like you when something like this blows up in their face is your innate sense of decency. You could have picked out any one of those men on those ID parades, or from those photographs you were shown. I suppose you expect us to be grateful to you for that. All right. If there really had been a burglar, they couldn't have failed to have heard him. It would have been impossible to ransack that room upstairs without them hearing. What really gave it away, though, was the ballistics report. There'd have been far more pellet holes in the wall behind Preece's head if the gun had been fired from as far away as they claimed it was.
But all of them, including the wife, Mrs. Preece.
Yeah. I think perhaps she was fonder of Gresham than even he knew. But apart from that, she was no different from 90% of the people in that street, or this street, or any other street for that matter.
New curtains in the front window, a new car at the front door.
She couldn't face the truth coming out. Couldn't face the shame, the gossip, the neighbours, patronising sympathy.
Well, she'll have to face it now.
Yep.
Thanks to you.
It was water put me onto it. Going places.
It's funny, isn't it? How many people there are who live a lie every day of their lives. No way out. Trapped. Just a step away from disaster.
That's right. Funny.